President Donald Trump sat down for a wide-ranging interview with CBS set to air ahead of the Super Bowl on Sunday, and there's a lot to unpack from the exchange. Trump, who opted against giving a pre-game interview last year, made several eyebrow-raising remarks during his interview with host Margaret Brennan, touching on topics including his plan to withdraw U.S. troops from Syria and whether he would let his 12-year-old son play football. Here are some of Trump's most noteworthy comments. On another government shutdown, we'll see what happens. Trump refused to say he wouldn't allow another partial government shutdown if Congress doesn't agree to carve out $5.7 billion in a spending bill to fund his long-promised wall along the U.S. Mexico border. We're going to have to see what happens on February 15th, the president said, the date when temporary funding for various agencies expires. I don't take anything off the table. I don't like to take things off the table. After a 35-day partial shutdown, the longest such closure in U.S. history, Trump agreed on Jan. 25 to reopen the government for 3 weeks while Congress negotiated border security. He has threatened to shut down the government again or declare a national emergency to secure funds for his border wall if the talks fail. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have slammed Trump's threat to declare a national emergency to achieve his wall. "You know, there have been plenty of national emergencies called," Trump told CBS. "And this really is an invasion of our country by human traffickers. The only way you have a strong border is you need a physical barrier. You need a wall. And anybody that says you don't, they're just playing games. Pelosi is very bad for our country." Trump bashed House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, D-Calif, over her refusal to cave to his demand for the border wall money, which he repeatedly vowed Mexico would pay to build. Asked what he learned about negotiating with her, Trump told CBS that she was very rigid. "I think she is very bad for our country," he said. "She knows that you need a barrier. She knows that we need border security. She wanted to win a political point." Brennan reminded Trump that Pelosi had offered $1 billion toward border security. He responded, without citing evidence, that Pelosi's stance on the wall was costing the country billions of dollars and blamed people like her for people dying all over the country. "She's doing a terrible disservice to our country," he said. "And on the 15th, we have now set the table beautifully because everybody knows what's going on because of the shutdown. People that didn't have any idea, they didn't have a clue as to what was happening. They now know exactly what's happening. Don't have to agree with intelligence officials on global threats." Trump on Wednesday undermined his intelligence officials once again, tweeting that they are extremely passive and naive and suggesting they go back to school. His Twitter attack followed the release of intelligence agency's annual report on worldwide security threats, which determined the so-called Islamic State had not yet been totally defeated in Syria and found no evidence that Iran was close to producing a nuclear weapon. Trump has repeatedly claimed otherwise. Asked if he agreed with the report's findings on Iran, Trump said no. "I disagree with them," the president told CBS. "I have intel, people, but that doesn't mean I have to agree. I want them to have their own opinion and I want them to give me their opinion. But when I look at Iran, I look at Iran as a nation that has caused tremendous problems." He continued, "So when my intelligence people tell me how wonderful Iran is, if you don't mind, I'm going to just go by my own counsel